Nothing. Unless you tell me that I'm committing a crime. Can you see me committing any crime?
Not this one.
That you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Exactly. So I'm not committing any crime.
You're going to be under arrest.
What for?
You can ask what
On what charge?
and all of it.
On what charge? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
I'm telling you, you need to leave.
Are you threatening me?
Let's go.
Under what charge?
You need to leave.
Under what charge?
Don't
Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. Don't grab my stuff.
Paul, you need to get up.
Don't grab my stuff.
Okay, so you're going to do it yourself.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Do it yourself.
Don't touch me. Now he's touching
I'm not touching
me.
you.
Now he's just shoved me. He's just shoved me back.
Always treat people with respect.
Right. Thank you for joining me again. This is part 2 of the Red video series exposing unlawful and/or abusive conduct by numerous state officials and many others. This video may evidence one of the most significant campaigns of abuse conducted by the police against a victim of crime, given the sheer number of officers involved and the overt unlawful, abusive and oppressive conduct, where the police have aided DVLA and others in crimes and abuses against me that has resulted in the destruction of my outward life. With crimes that have nearly killed me, crimes that have violated most of my human rights and consequently destroyed the quality of my life, and crimes that are leading to financial ruin. Part 1 was in relation to Julie Leonard as Chief Operating Officer of the CPS at the time of recording this video, and what input, if any, she had in this life-destroying crimes against me by DVLA in overt violation of the Road Traffic Act when she was CEO of DVLA, relating to DVLA's unlawful licence revocation action following an alleged third-party report made in 2022, made without a shred of evidence, that interfered and damaged a final civil court case in 2022 as it took time away from the preparation of that case as I attempted to try to stop DVLA revoking my licence within days of receiving their first letter. I was a litigant in person. And whether she authorised DVLA staff fabricating claims of criminal offences and making 999 calls to South Wales Police in order to try to get me arrested at DVLA Swansea to cover up their crimes. This abuse by DVLA eventually resulted in the unlawful loss of my driving licence. And given that these crimes were conducted by senior DVLA staff on her watch while she was CEO of DVLA, whether she should be Chief Operating Officer of the Crown Prosecution Service, I would suggest you watch that first part of the Red series, as that would be beneficial, be helpful in putting everything into context. We have all seen evidence of the odd rogue cop partaking in serious crime, but I have never seen abuse on this scale, all relating to the abuse of one individual, coupled with the abuse by the judiciary, the legal industry, and many others. In the Red video series, I have attempted to distill the key points into as short a video as possible. However, I will be releasing other supplementary videos where you can see a fuller account of what has transpired. You can already see some of those on my channels. This Red video series is meant to be the main condensed video thread. This Red video series is not only intended for public consumption, it also serves as a serious chronology of unlawful and abusive conduct by numerous police officers, the judiciary, and the legal industry, and many others. And it will be sent to every single police force in the UK until I find one that is prepared to deal with the unlawful and abusive conduct by the most powerful in society. Or every single police force will refuse to act, committing the criminal offences of perverting the course of justice, misconduct in public office, and other offences. And I will come back to you, and you will know that the police are not interested in dealing with crime when the criminals and the abusers are the most powerful in society. And we will then know exactly where we stand in this corrupted UK state. This video focuses on unlawful, outrageous and abusive conduct by the police, with the police using violence and threats of violence against me as I conduct necessary and lawful activities. An individual always acting in a peaceful and respectful manner in my interactions with the police and DVLA, despite the outrageous abuse that I suffered from them. You can even see in this video me sat down, leg crossed, speaking in a mild, respectful manner and then being assaulted by scumbag cops with false allegations being made about me. Police aiding in serious crime, cover-up and abuse. Crimes that have been close to killing me or paralysing me on the UK roads. And crimes that are leading me to financial ruin. This is not a case of just 1 or 2 rogue cops partaking in abuse. The evidence points to an orchestrated campaign of abuse covering a number of police forces, with well over 40 officers and police staff involved in unreasonable and or unlawful and abusive conduct towards me, including the office of 3 chief constables. The evidence points to the crimes conducted against me by DVLA with the unlawful licence revocation action and the extreme harassment by the police being connected to the unlawful and abusive conduct by numerous judges, court staff, the legal industry and many others over a 7-year period, initially in relation to a land dispute. I believe there are well over 150 different individuals who have partaken in either unlawful or abusive conduct against me, with many of them being public servants. I have on this hard drive enough evidence for numerous judges to face criminal prosecution and imprisonment, should the law actually be applied justly to every single person in the UK as the law demands. And it would be the first time in hundreds of years that judges would be held to account for the crimes that they have committed in their claimed judicial function, which in this instance with me was the judiciary committing crimes for the benefit of the other parties. The video clips you're about to see were recorded at DVLA Swansea, as I was there to get questions answered in relation to DVLA's unlawful licence revocation action conducted against me in 2022 in clear violation of the Road Traffic Act.
Hello,
Hi.
can I help you?
Yeah, what I'm here for is to try and sort out my driving licence.
Okay.
And I've encountered a lot of dysfunctional
What's that?
conduct. It's a camera.
You're not allowed to put a camera on in your...
I'm allowed in public place.
No, you're not, sorry.
Yes, I am.
Excuse me, I got security now, okay?
Fine. Yeah, come to sort out my driving licence.
Can I ask you to stop the ball? This is not...
You can ask, and it is a public place, and I will carry on recording.
It's not a public place.
It is a public place.
This is a government building.
It's a public place. And by law, I have a right to record, and you have no right, no power whatsoever to stop me recording.
Okay, what are you here on business?
I am.
Yeah, and we will not be serving you while you're recording.
Well, I will be staying here, okay, until I get seen, to come and get the issues dealt with. I've had call handlers just slam the phone down on me, make ignorant comments to me.
Right.
I've got...
So I asked you a question which you haven't answered.
This is what I said.
I asked you, what is your purpose of filming this? Because if you
No, you didn't ask that.
We're willing to help.
You asked...
And we will try our best to get to the bottom of the problems that you've had.
Will you...
But I'm respectfully asking you, the ladies are not comfortable being filmed.
It's irrelevant.
It's not a public...
It is a public place.
Right, so you said you come here respectfully then.
Yes.
If you want to deal respectfully,
Yes.
let's deal with it. So you're saying it's irrelevant, you're going to do what you're going to do regardless
I haven't
of
said
what-
that. Please don't speak for me. Please don't try to state what you think I'm saying. I will tell you exactly and respectfully what I'm saying, okay? So don't put words in my mouth.
Leave on your own ability. If you don't, we'll be potentially looking at arrest around breach of the peace.
Potentially, can I get you clear? If I don't leave now, you know, within a few minutes of packing up my stuff, will you arrest me for breach of the peace?
If you refuse to leave, yes, because they're closing the office and obviously you're not allowed to stay here.
Okay.
And the staff may feel alarmed.
Well, they shouldn't feel alarmed.
They may feel disturbance. That's how they feel.
Yes.
And it's what they report to.
Your call handlers are just slamming the phone down on me. I'm always respectful. Always respectful.
You are respectful.
That if I stay, I will be arrested, and you've sided with the criminals, and
But obviously you have the choice to walk with us of your own.
I will go. I'm not going to be arrested. It's appalling conduct. I've given you the evidence, and you're refusing to even look at the evidence.
That's not our investigation to deal with.
Yes, it is.
It's
Your
already
oath.
already being investigated.
Your oath is to keep the peace in relation to the laws and the rights of man and property, right? You have
We're going round in
you
circles
have
now.
point blank refused to do that.
We're going round in circles.
Why have you refused to deal with their crime, and then arrest the victim?
Look, I'm not discussing it anymore.
Why
today,
not?
Okay?
Why not?
We've said what we've had to say. You've told us what you've had to
Now
say.
I've asked a
and
new
that's-
question.
that's-
Why are you refusing to deal with their crime?
Well, for starters, like...
She said it. Why are you refusing to deal
Look,
with their
I'm
crime?
not discussing this any further today.
Why are you?
Okay?
I've asked you a question. Why are you
Okay,
refusing?
and I'm replying with I'm not
Well, we
willing
don't
to
even
discuss
know
this
it's a
any
crime.
further.
I've shown you the
I
evidence.
know
I've shown you the
nothing,
Road Traffic Act.
But we don't know it's a crime, do we? And I feel like it does need to be investigated.
Yeah, and why is she not doing it?
Because
Because
it's not within our
this is
remit.
with-
Yes, it is.
Who is this with? You're from Taunton, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's being dealt with in Taunton.
No, it's DVLA. It's in Wales.
Well, it'd be
This is where the
DVLA's
crime. This is where the crime has taken
It'd
place.
be DVLA's internal policy then, the government's own procedure to investigate, wouldn't it?
No, it's a criminal matter.
No.
The Road Traffic Act is legislation, right? They've broken the law. Now you can hear this officer states, "We don't know it is a crime, and I do feel it needs to be investigated." So for the moment, if we take it that he is not lying but being honest, then he doesn't know whether a crime has or has not been committed by DVLA, which clearly means he knows it is possible a crime may have been committed by DVLA. Otherwise, if he saw no unlawful conduct, having seen some of the evidence I provided him, he would state there is no unlawful conduct and therefore no crime has been committed and state there is nothing to investigate. But he's not saying that. He clearly states it needs to be investigated, clearly believing DVLA's conduct does not appear to be lawful, by stating DVLA's conduct needs to be investigated. And the female officer is indicating it should be dealt with by the police, but by my local force. Yet knowing that DVLA's conduct needs to be investigated, with the effects of those serious crimes by DVLA nearly killing me, losing me a colossal amount of money, pushing me towards bankruptcy, and damaging a court case, this abusive officer threatens to arrest me on false and trumped up allegations, misusing law before carrying out any investigation, and thereby aiding DVLA in their crime and abuse, and the female officer supports him in this abuse against me. Clearly, this does not make any sense whatsoever and points to those officers willfully aiding DVLA in their crimes and abuses against me by unlawfully threatening me with arrest, which has with it the implied threat of physical force, which I believe amounts to violence, given that such an arrest for breach of the peace would be unlawful in this situation, given that I was being completely peaceful, non-violent and a victim of crime and abuse by DVLA staff. And then absurdly stating it needs to be reported in a proper way. I can report a crime to any officer, including those two in front of me. And we have South Wales Police and Avon and Somerset Police both refusing to investigate the crimes when I do email them the clear, irrefutable evidence of unlawful and abusive conduct by numerous DVLA staff. So why are you only interested in arresting the victim and then the abusers, the criminals, who've endangered life, where I've lost hundreds of thousands? Why are you aiding them? Why are you not?
To report that needs to be done
No,
properly.
it's a question. No, I will put this online because
okay.
they have committed serious gross misconduct, and you are refusing to investigate the crime. A crime.
I'm sorry you feel like that.
It's not a feelings thing. It's a facts-based thing. All right.
And as we said, there's the ways and means for that to be investigated.
What? A
And
year and a
it's-
half? A
and
year and a
I
half?
can't give a timeline.
No, I'm saying
It's not-
a year and a half. I've been doing
Okay.
this, and they've just slammed the phone down on me.
Okay, and it obviously can't be dealt with here today, can it?
Well, they've managers will probably work. They've had they've had since 2 o'clock, right?
And as they said, and obviously they've requested to speak with you without your camera. It's totally
Why-
within your
why would
rights
they-
to keep it, but it's also their right to not come down and be filmed.
Why would they do that? Why would an honest person?
Because some people don't like to be filmed when they're at work, do they?
No,
it's
it's big-
within their.
It's nonsense. You can't be that naive.
It's their choice.
So the question is why are you refusing to deal with crime? That's the question. Because that is misconduct in public office. You understand that the misconduct charge also encompasses failure to act. That is misconduct. And I want an explanation of why they've committed such grievous harm.
Escalation escalation, or if anyone feels there could be an escalation.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say. That I appreciate there wasn't one, because
Correct.
very calm and play with us, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it was just to prevent, obviously the staff there, they want to lock up, they want to go home.
So there it is, the true reason I had my rights violated and unlawfully threatened with arrest, with the implied threat of violence, because staff want to lock up and want to go home. Never mind the fact that I have had my outward life totally destroyed, a court case damaged, my health damaged, and nearly killed on numerous occasions, and may soon be made homeless due to their crimes. We must not inconvenience Crown criminals and abusers. Due to this unlawful conduct by DVLA and the police, I had to stay overnight in a hotel, where I only got 2 hours sleep due to being given a room that was being monitored for bed bugs, and also staying up late researching law in order to try to protect myself from further abuse by South Wales Police. I attended DVLA again the next day in order to try to resolve the outstanding issues. DVLA once again unlawfully refused to serve me and called the police, stating I had locked myself in the toilet. I assume, presumably, stating I would not leave it. Otherwise, their on-site handyman or locksmith would have unlocked the door if there was a problem with the lock. This appears to be the criminal offence of perverting the course of justice and misconduct in public office, and the offence of wasting police time. You can see in the following clips there was absolutely no justification to call the police. You can also note Jay, the security guard, giving me the false impression that DVLA were going to help me. Clearly nonsense, given that other staff had unreasonably walked off, and given the police appeared to have been called, and given he was actually asking me to leave the building. And I repeat, the Minister, Heidi Alexander, has refused to deal with this abuse by the staff. Heidi?
Do you want us to go and call Jay straight away, or...?
No, I can deal with you, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no problem. I don't mind who I deal with. The first thing I'd like to do before I forget is that I had a refund due on my, obviously you conducted this unlawful action against me and I lost my licence, so I had a refund due on my tax.
Okay.
And I think that was, I saw in it had 6 months to, it said that it will be cashable within 6 months. That 6 months has now expired, so I would need a new cheque, I think.
A new payable order?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What was, you have to write, okay, a covering letter. Do you remember the reg mark?
Not,
You need the reg mark.
yes, okay, right, tell me what to do then. So,
You need to write a covering letter to say that your payable order was expired.
Yes.
Can we please issue you a new one, but you haven't been able to cash it?
yes. And can you give me an email address for that one?
No, I can't give you an email address, but I can take the note from you and I can pass it straight
Oh,
to the
really?
team.
Why can't you, why haven't you got an email for that?
We don't do anything by email.
No,
It's
we
not
don't.
because it has to be stamped on to the letter format.
That's a crazy system. It's a crazy. You're saying, because I've been told that you print documents off from an email and scan them onto a system. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, really, can you not see what madness that is? Is Julie Leonard responsible? Is Julie Leonard responsible for that? Yes.
Right, okay. Can you leave? I'm going to call security.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, okay. Hiya.
Hi.
You all waiting?
Yeah.
Are you recording?
I am.
You are. There's children here. So I didn't
No,
need
that-
to switch the camera on.
That's not catching the child.
Right, so if you
It goes in that direction. I'm conscious of that, so
but
don't
you
worry.
can hear the child.
She's not speaking.
She does speak. Right.
There's no. I'm not breaking the law. I'm absolutely in line with the law.
Right. These people need to be seen to.
Yeah.
They helped you yesterday,
No, they didn't.
and the police took
No.
you away to the train
No, they
station.
didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't take me away.
They didn't take you away
No.
at 5 o'clock.
They didn't take me away.
Well,
No.
they're here now, so we'll
That's
see
fine.
that. So can you step aside for these people to be served? That can't.
What?
be
I'm
helped.
in the middle. I'm in the middle of something.
No, they've walked away because they can't help you.
But they were in the middle of talking to me.
Yes, but everything is going back to. You've got a different question for something else.
Sorry?
They have been trying to help you.
They just walked off.
Yeah, they walked off because there is nothing more they can do.
I was in the middle of speaking to them.
Yeah, they walked off because
Exactly.
they can't do no more.
No, they walked off because of the camera.
Yeah. He's not switching off even though there's a child in here.
It's not recording the child.
Because she's not speaking.
We're going to look to see what we can do about dealing with the inquiry. I am going to ask you to step out for a little while. Because you're recording, and other people want to conduct
Well,
their
I'm happy to step over there and not point the camera at them. I'm prepared to do that.
But I'm not sure what you are recording, whether it's speech and
There's
video.
look, can I just be clear here, just so you're clear?
Yeah.
You know I've worked with you completely.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
I'm working
and I'll make you aware of the act that gives me
Yeah,
my right. So
yeah.
you're absolutely clear. So you don't infringe my rights.
I'm not infringing
I-
on it, I'm
I-
asking you a question.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. No, I didn't think that was a question, but fine. If it's a question, I won't put the child in the shot.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I will do my best not to put them in the shot. So I'll keep my camera as much as I possibly can,
Okay.
while still exercising my right. I'll be as considerate as I can be.
Okay, so I'll ask you the question one more time. Would you mind stepping out of the reception area, just so that the people in here can just be dealt with? Just
What?
up there, just until,
Just till everybody's gone.
and then we
You
can
can come back in then.
we can readdress.
Well, you won't stop me from coming back in.
No, I can come back in. If you
No.
just take the bag away as well, that's all, please.
Oh, well, look, what I'll do. Look, can I use your loo a minute? Can I burst it for your loo? And then I'll stay there for a few minutes.
Reasonable request, is it? It's a reasonable request.
Well, I won't put them in. Look, I'm putting this. I'm facing this down.
I understand that.
You know, I'm by law, I'm allowed.
I'm asking.
Yes. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm being considerate.
Okay, I'm asking you. I've given you. Would you step up there whilst?
I'll see when I come out. I'll see what's going on, but not necessarily. I may do.
I'm going to ask you now to leave.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I don't leave, are you
If
going to
don't
arrest
leave,
me?
I will be forced to arrest you. Yes. If you
Okay.
don't leave.
Yeah, I
So
will
I'm
comply.
asking you nicely.
No. I will comply.
leave.
Yep. Like I said, I will comply. And what section? What section are you making this real threat to me on?
It's not a threat. I'm asking you kindly to leave the premises.
No, I'm saying if I don't.
I've
what-
tried to advise
no,
you
what I'm
with
saying.
regards to
Can I
getting the answers to
speak?
the
Can I
questions.
speak? Can I speak?
Absolutely.
Like what I'm saying.
It's not a threat. I'm asking you
Yeah.
kindly to leave the
Look,
premises.
if I don't leave, I want to know what you mean by threat. If I don't leave, are you going to arrest me?
Yes.
I don't know how this officer has managed to convince herself that the word threat does not apply to threat of arrest. I mean, simply, if you look up the word threat, it means a person or thing likely to cause danger or damage. Or you've got this one here, Merriam-Webster, an expression of an intent to do harm. It's trouble, it's harm, it's danger. That's what threat means. And that is what an arrest is, especially an unlawful arrest, which is using physical force, which would then, because it's unlawful, would be violence, would it essentially be assault and battery against me by deranged cop. This officer clearly poses great danger to the public. On one hand, she's stating, well, I'm just nicely asking you to leave, in which case, if it's an ask, you can just politely decline. But with the intention, if I don't leave, then she's going to arrest me. I'm being non-violent, non-confrontational, and respectful.
You're no longer welcome in this building, Paul.
That's a civil matter.
You're in a public space.
Yes.
You're no longer welcome.
And it doesn't matter whether I'm welcome. I have legitimate business here. I'm not just.
You're no longer
Yes, I
welcome in
do.
this building, okay?
What behaviour?
You're being a nuisance now.
Oh,
okay?
being a nuisance.
Yes.
How am I being a nuisance?
Because I keep asking you a question, and I've asked you numerous times.
And I've answered it. Did you catch that? She's accusing me of being a nuisance simply because she is asking me questions which I am answering, politely answering, and answering in a logical manner. That's the basis of her allegation.
No, what you're answering is saying that you want answers to your questions, okay?
Yep.
And as I've explained to you, these people cannot answer your questions, okay?
You don't know that.
I do know that. I do know that.
You
These
don't.
people are here to serve
You
members
don't
of
know,
the
'cause
public
unless you
for their
know-
applications.
Unless you know what questions I
As
have.
I've explained,
You've asked me a
your
question.
case,
I'm just letting she's asked me a question again now.
your
She's over
case-
talking
no,
me.
You've carried on.
Can I speak to a different person?
No.
Because you're confrontational and you're trying to
listening.
you're escalating it and you're making comments, confrontational comments, and then I'm just taking it. I'm not being rude. I'm not being aggressive. I'm backing into the corner to move away from you.
Don't give us that, Paul. But for the purpose of your viewers, I'm backing into the corner. You haven't moved.
See, now you're being aggressive again.
No, what you're trying to do is to try and make police officers look bad. who are
You're
just
doing
trying
it
to do their
yourself.
job.
You're
No,
doing
you're
it. You're doing that yourself.
No,
You can't. A good police officer cannot be made to look bad, right? You're making yourself look bad. Please
No,
don't.
no.
Please don't make the public.
Honestly.
The public will form their own view of your interaction.
Can we-
Now we can see we have an individual who, despite her age, hasn't yet taken responsibility for her own actions and appears to blame others for her tragic life. And as the abuser, conducting unlawful acts against me, including threatening unlawful force, which amounts to violence, and making repeated unreasonable and snarky comments, and acting in violation of her duties, is trying to play the victim. She clearly has a totally warped and distorted perception of reality, as you can see for yourselves. And based on the comments left in other videos, the public also find her behaviour totally unreasonable.
Right, are we going to be able to reason with you some shape or form today?
I'm reasonable.
Okay, so as I've asked numerous times now, what's going to get this resolution resolved?
I've had answered that numerous times. Do you want,
Yes,
me,
you
to,
want
do you
your
want me to
questions?
repeat? Do you want me to repeat it?
You want your questions and answers resolved, answered, yes? Yeah?
Correct? No.
If you're not getting the answers
no,
that you
this
want,
is why
you
they've
should
got
be
the counters.
applying to Julie Leonard, the chief
This
executive
is why they've
of
got
the DVLA.
This is why they've got the counters here. You don't know what I've come here for, yet you want to tell me that they can't fix it.
We can't answer your questions that you have with the DVLA, okay?
I'm not asking you to do that.
Okay? You're no longer welcome.
Do you want to see the law that they've broken?
No,
Why not?
because it doesn't come under our jurisdiction.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
You uphold law. You uphold law. This is your oath, right? To uphold, to keep the peace, the King's peace, and to uphold law. Yes? They are breached the Road Traffic Act. I can show you exactly where they've breached the Road Traffic Act, but you're stating you're not interested in the crimes that DVLA have committed. You're instead going to arrest the victim of their abuse. It is disgusting misconduct.
This isn't the way to go about it. I'm not disputing.
They keep putting the phone down on me and not answering my emails. I have no choice.
Okay, but
No,
with regards to
I've
what
never
you're
said
saying-
it's against the
No, but
law.
listen to what you're
Please don't
saying.
put words in my mouth.
no. With regards to what you're saying, I'm not disputing anything of what you're saying, whether it's true or not, because I can't prove that.
She could have proved that by simply looking at the file of evidence that I was trying to show her. Of course.
But what I'm telling you is that it wouldn't be the police that would investigate that and take action against the DVLA, would it?
Yes, yes. You have to uphold. Look, let me be clear. Misconduct in public office. There's a special term in there for DVLA. They even mention the crime of misconducting yourself in public office. They even make an example of DVLA staff. These excerpts are from the CPS website. Can you accept that PC Allen is so stupid that she didn't know that the alleged crimes committed by DVLA were a matter for the police to investigate? These officers have no self-respect, make themselves look like idiots in public. You can also note, it looks like she's being repeatedly coached by somebody to my left, her right. And as you can see, refused to address my valid point and instead went on to indicate she was going to arrest me by making the pre-arrest statement. You can look that up.
Well,
So
is there anything I can reasonably say to you that's going to get you to leave the premises now?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to arrest me, then I'll leave. So is that where you've shut down?
I can't resolve your issues, okay? If there is a way that I could,
There is.
I can't. How can I resolve your issues?
Can I speak? Because I don't want to get arrested. Is that so I can stay? Just
No, you stay for the moment.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
not going to entertain looking at your papers.
She clearly realised or was alerted that was a dumb thing to say. Because
Because I haven't got the power to do anything about that.
and interjects with that statement and then looks to her colleague for assurance. You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
And now, as we can see, acting like a little child that's been caught lying. You do.
No, I don't.
She oscillates between two extreme patterns of behaviour. On one hand, a really obnoxious bully of an officer, and then the other acting like a little child that's been caught out misbehaving. It's really, quite extreme. To uphold the law, preserve the rights of man and property, uphold the law, and to keep the peace, right? That's generally, you could probably put it.
Do you honestly believe, okay,
Yeah.
from what you're...
You did interrupt me and I'm giving way, by the way.
No, I will own that. I own that. I interrupted you
Yeah.
because I'm listening to the same stuff over and over again.
Oh,
So-
that was a bit nasty, wasn't it?
Do you honestly believe that the DVLA have broken the law, yes?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely,
So
they
how
have.
would you go about reporting that?
What do you mean? I can do it many different ways.
Okay,
I can
so
go
why
up.
haven't you?
I can go up.
Freedom of Information Act, because of what it is, There is processes that have to be followed.
You are repeating yourself. I'm just...
Okay? Well, you're not listening, are you? So...
Oh, see, another sarky comment.
Right.
I'm sincere
Paul,
with you.
I'm going to end this conversation.
Okay,
now,
so we're at the point of you arresting me. So you've abandoned me talking
Paul,
to you.
I've got better things to be doing. It's, as you're most probably aware, there's a lot going on in the world.
I
at the
didn't call
moment.
you. I didn't call
This
you.
is what I'm saying. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and the world doesn't rotate around you. So
I
I'm going
didn't.
to ask you,
That's another funny comment.
to leave.
I will leave.
Right?
That's it.
Like I said, this conversation's over.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to find a resolution. I tried my best.
No, you didn't.
No, I did. But anyway,
You just make sarky comments
believe me, that was not sarcasm.
and abuse your position of trust.
Okay, well that's your opinion.
Abusing the law.
Okay.
You have no lawful right to threaten me with arrest for.
Haven't threatened you. Haven't threatened you.
Well, you said that if I don't leave.
That's not a threat, Paul.
Well, it's a threat. Yes, it is. Well, if I don't move, you're going to arrest me, aren't you?
I've told you this conversation's
Yes,
over. You're
exactly.
no longer welcome on these premises.
That doesn't matter.
I would suggest that you make your application.
No. I don't get out.
As you can hear, PC Allen is suggesting I make an application, whilst at the same time using threats of unlawful physical force to get me to leave DVLA, stopping me from making that very application, a right that 40 to 50 million other people have. Now, this is very serious conduct by PC Allen that has violated some of my most fundamental human rights and has caused millions of pounds of losses and damages. You will see other officers conducting that same abuse against me.
These people are here to serve members
You don't,
of the
because
public
unless you
for their
know,
applications.
unless you know what questions I
As
have,
I've explained,
you've asked me a question.
Your case,
Well, we've all heard it. She knows the front counter is the place to make an application. She has clearly stated the staff are there to deal with applications. She's telling me to make an application, whilst at the same time willfully stopping me from making that very application. And she's using threats of physical force, willfully leaving me in a position without my license, willfully leaving me in a position of being unnecessarily killed or crippled on the dangerous roads I have to cycle, and willfully leaving me in a position of heading towards bankruptcy, unable to run my business, aiding criminals within DVLA in crime. If there is any justice in this justice system, then she is finished.
corner.
You have perverted the course of justice, you have misconducted yourself in public office, and you have aided in a fraud.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So there can be no doubt as to the abuse that you're conducting
Paul.
against a peaceful, law-abiding citizen.
Paul,
Okay?
as I've said.
I would do my best to hold you to account.
Okay, Paul.
Okay?
Yeah. That's your personal opinion. I hope your viewers
Yeah,
enjoy this.
and you've been rude,
Okay.
making sarky comments. There's no need to treat the public like this, right?
I love how you've only captured the bits that you wanted to for viewers. It's brilliant.
I don't know what the hell she is going on about here. She's obviously playing out something in her own head. What? You are being ignorant.
I'm not being ignorant.
Yes, you
Paul.
are.
I've tried to resolve this.
You haven't tried.
I've been
you
here
have,
now
you,
for
you haven't
long.
even listened. You haven't even been bothered to look at the paperwork.
Okay, for the purpose of your viewers.
You haven't even interested in the crimes that they've committed. You haven't even inquired about that.
I asked you if you reported it, and you told me.
I can show you the crime.
I can't do anything about
Yes,
it.
you
Paul.
can.
No, I can't.
Your job is to
You've
uphold the law.
already reported it. You've told me. So officers
I can show you
will be
now.
allocated.
I can show you
I'm not
now.
entertaining this. This is purely you not getting your own way, and that's why you're performing in this manner.
Performing? What? How am I
Yes.
performing?
Okay. I told you,
Yeah.
I hope your viewers enjoy
You've
this.
been used to your position of power and been used to abusing the
Have a nice
public.
day, Paul.
And you get
Have a
away
nice
with
day.
it.
Thank you.
Because people don't hold you to account. You're bullies,
Okay.
abusers.
Okay.
I could be,
Find the gentleman behind
I
us.
could be killed the next time I go out on my bike. I've been nearly run over on numerous occasions.
Okay.
Breach of the peace you're misusing. Is that the law that you're misusing? Yes.
Okay. Have a nice day, Paul, all right? And I wish you the best of luck with your application.
I don't accept that as being at all genuine. This is ridiculous. You've got all these people wasting the taxpayers' money. Oh, low. I'm low. I've just started. Yeah, I've just started. So you've got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
You know, so
I wish you the best of luck with it.
yeah. Expose tyrants and bullies.
No, good luck
Yeah.
with it all. Take care, bye.
I first reported the crimes by DVLA to Avon and Somerset Police in April 2024, who refused to take the evidence from me needed in order to investigate these crimes. You will see excerpts of that interaction later in this video. Seeing the further corruption by Avon and Somerset Police, I then went to Cardiff Police Station in May 2024, where they too refused to deal with the crimes, acting overtly against law and reason, and then with the officer getting confrontational with me. I then went to DVLA on the 8th and 9th of August 2024, as you have just seen. After this, I was in contact with South Wales Police again, and the first officer messed me around and then went on holiday, leaving the issues not dealt with. I was then given another officer who phoned me and left a voicemail. I responded by email in order that I had evidence that could 100% be used in court. He never responded to my email communication, presumably for the reason that it would provide me evidence against him in a way that phone call recordings do not. Given the issues with numerous South Wales police officers not obtaining the CCTV evidence at DVLA, refusing to deal with these crimes by DVLA, and facing the abuse at DVLA by officers, I wrote directly to Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan, where these emails from South Wales Chief Constable's office clearly evidence extremely serious misconduct by the author and potentially by Jeremy Vaughan himself. I believe these are significant pieces of evidence of crime or misconduct. A summary of the emails are me directly asking Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan to arrange for an officer to obtain CCTV evidence relating to serious crimes by DVLA staff and crimes and or misconduct by his officers whilst I was at DVLA Swansea in August 2024, before it was deleted. This CCTV will further evidence the abuse by police officers who attended DVLA to arrest me on unlawful and fabricated allegations by providing a bird's eye view, and will better show on a number of occasions his officers surrounding me, acting in an abusive and provocative manner towards me. The CCTV would also evidence that I have always been peaceful and respectful at DVLA, despite all the abuse I have faced from DVLA staff and police officers. In essence, he or his office refused to perform their duties to obtain this evidence and instead passed all my communication to the PSD in order that the Chief Constable's office would not have to action the securing of that evidence and deal with the crimes. His office deliberately allowed evidence of crime to potentially be destroyed, presumably in order to assist offenders, a very serious criminal offence for police officers, a crime potentially committed by Jeremy Vaughan himself. The Chief Constable has ultimate power in how his officers are deployed, so it was correct for me to write directly to him given the conduct of his officers. My requests in those emails are perfectly clear and never included making a complaint to the PSD. In fact, I clearly stated in my first email that I would make my own complaint to the IOPC in due course, and therefore it was completely unlawful and fraudulent for his office to fabricate a complaint in my name and send to the PSD on my behalf without the evidence. The PSD did nothing to assist in securing this evidence from DVLA. I would do a separate video on the PSD and generally how the PSD is misused by police forces operating as a whitewash department, covering up abuse and misconduct. This is the second force that has unlawfully fabricated a complaint in my name without the evidence. But in brief, the reason there is so much corruption and abuse within the police is because the complaint about police force deals with its own complaints. This system will nearly always lead to whitewash and cover up. This is obvious. Whoever put this system in place is either a complete idiot or it is by design in order to allow the police to abuse the public up to a point with impunity. That CCTV footage was never secured by South Wales Police. Now this is an email from the IOPC in response to this situation I described, with Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan's office misusing the PSD to aid in a crime and cover up, and with the South Wales PSD going along with this misuse of the PSD, knowing a crime or misconduct was being committed by Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan's office, as they had all the emails from me to read. I also made clear to the IOPC there are dozens of police officers involved in this crime and or misconduct, so the IOPC knew the seriousness and magnitude of this situation. You can see the IOPC has stated my complaint has to be referred back to that corrupted police force and corrupted PSD, where the officers in the PSD are answerable to Jeremy Vaughan, an officer who may be found guilty of crime and or misconduct in relation to these issues raised in my emails you have just seen. The IOPC are expecting a junior ranking officer to deal with the misconduct that leads all the way back to Jeremy Vaughan's office. Are the IOPC staff really that dumb that they cannot recognise how inappropriate this is? As you cannot have a lower ranking officer deal with this serious misconduct that perverts the course of justice and that leads all the way back to the highest ranking officer in the same force, and that involve crimes and misconduct by the PSD themselves. Please note, where I am stating Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan's office is involved in crime and misconduct, I am not publicly accusing Jeremy Vaughan himself, as he might, for example, claim he had no knowledge of my emails and blame the member of staff who wrote those emails. Though I hasten to add, if he does that, then I believe that does evidence negligent running of South Wales Police, that he cannot even deal with the crime right under his nose and in his own office. Given the power of the Chief Constable and the seriousness of crimes and misconduct committed by the Chief Constable's office and the sheer amount of corruption within South Wales Police, as evidenced in my videos, this is obviously completely absurd and I believe completely inappropriate conduct from the IAPC. Also, in order to deal with all aspects of the misconduct and crime that cover a number of police forces, then clearly there has to be just one body that can investigate across different forces to put all the pieces together. By restricting the investigation to each individual police force, you isolate the misconduct and you will not see patterns across different forces, and therefore may not see whether there has been collusion between different forces, and therefore may not see the full extent of the misconduct. This is obvious, isn't it? At some point, I may do a video just on the IAPC, as I believe their conduct is completely unreasonable and suspect. I understand that many IAPC staff were formerly police officers. Now, this situation still needs to be resolved. The misconduct by South Wales police officers cannot be dealt with by this corrupted PSD. So somebody has to intervene, such as a government minister responsible for the police. Somebody needs to get a grip of the dysfunction within the police. Ministers actually have to start doing their job, dealing with this complete breakdown in the police force. I mean, how is it that I can see all the absurd things throughout the government, for all government departments? How is it that I can see all of this corruption and then not only see it, I can actually come up with much more logical ways of running it? How is it that I can do that and none of these ministers and public servants seem to be able to do that? Hi. I've come to try to get some answers from in relation to the misconduct by DVLA, and would like to speak to somebody in a high enough authority to deal with those questions. It is.
I'm just going to stop you there and I'm going to get security, okay? Because...
Just before you do, it is a breach of your civil service code to try to interfere with my lawful right to record in public.
Okay, so I don't feel comfortable being filmed.
You're within your rights if you want to get another member of staff, but I'm just making it clear, by the law, DVLA cannot refuse to serve me because I'm exercising my lawful right.
Yes, I just don't feel comfortable.
Yes.
And if you want to speak to somebody higher, obviously, I'll just go and inform them, okay?
Sure.
So, right, this is a lot to take in.
Why don't I just deal with somebody in the staff who's more au fait with it?
The way it works, we're going to need something in writing.
No, it's not the way it works. The way it works is... The way it is working is that people are committing serious criminal offences in DVLA and not responding to my emails, not responding to slamming the phone down me. So this is the only means to relate to you. So I would like to, let me make it clear. Can I speak to Julie? The crimes that have been committed are so serious that it needs to go to CEO Julie Leonard.
Have you tried contacting them on an email?
So what I'm asking now, look, let me clear. This has to be resolved in person because I'm dealing with criminals at DVLA.
It's not going to work like that, mate. You're trying to tell me how it works and I'm trying to assist you.
No, I'm saying...
You've got to go through the appropriate channels, but I will try.
The appropriate channel is not slamming the phone down on me.
Please let me try and help you.
I'm trying to explain to you.
And I'm trying to explain to you.
But why don't you listen to the customer?
I'm going to try and make some phone calls to try and find out who I can contact with, to try and get someone to help you.
Fine.
But I think it's very unlikely because this isn't the correct way to do it. It's not the appropriate channel.
Can I come in there?
Yeah.
Can I speak there?
Yeah.
Right, because you've made reference to the appropriate channel.
Yeah,
there is no... Can I answer that?
Go on then.
The appropriate channel, people are just slamming the phone down on me when I'm always respectful to them. Right, they just slam the phone down. I've got proof on here. 8 out of the last 12 phone calls, they just slam the phone down, giving me misinformation. That's not an appropriate channel because they're just misconducting themselves. Emails, they're not responding to my emails. So please don't repeat phone calls and emails to me because they're not doing it.
I understand, you've tried.
Yes.
Okay, right. So here's what we're going to do. Right, so this gentleman, right, he's really frustrated. It's a lot to take in, a lot of information. He's been trying to go through the appropriate channels, emails and telephone calls, and he's not getting anywhere. He wants to speak to someone in person. I've explained that that's not the way it works, so we need it in writing. But I am going to try and go and make some phone calls to see what I can do for you. Can I just take some basic details?
Sure.
Because amongst everything you've just said, there's a lot of information, new information.
Of course.
I've missed the most basic. What's your name?
Yeah.
And make some phone calls to see what I can do for you. Can I just take some basic details?
Sure.
Because amongst everything you've just said, there's a lot of information, new information.
Of course.
I've missed the most basic. What's your name?
Yeah, can I just, before we come in there, just I want to correct something. Where you say it's not the right channel, that is totally false. Last time I was here, the security guard went to... He was going to have a meeting with me, but he was acted in violation of his civil service code and refused to have the meeting with me recording it. He wanted me in a room alone with him so that he could make false allegations, which you made, not you, DVLA made, to get me arrested. So there is a means to speak to high management when I turn up, because that was proved last time I was here. Sure. He misconducted himself in public office and acted in breach of his civil service code, for which he should be disciplined for. He should be removed from office.
Are you saying that you wouldn't film this time if he came down to speak to you?
If I wouldn't?
Film.
I would film, of course.
Yeah, but he's not going to speak to you.
Exactly. That's a breach of civil service code.
I've spoken to our management team, and they've advised us to advise you to leave, because no one's going to come down and speak to you.
Yeah.
The police and they were stored. That's your...
Lied in his last letter to me.
Cool.
Did you say call?
Yeah, I mean, this information...
You said call.
This information means nothing to me.
You said call.
You're in a public area.
Yes.
You've got to leave, haven't you? Because you're disrupting it.
No.
And if you don't leave...
I have a lawful right to be here. I have a lawful right to be here. Do you want me to educate you? Do you want me to educate you with law? Before you go ahead, yeah? Okay. Bear with me, I'll get my paperwork out so you can see it.
I would like to try and resolve your issues. I don't want you to go away unhappy.
He's in breach.
I am going to try to.
Can you stop him a minute, because he's in breach of his code, civil service code. I even offered to educate him, and he just ignorantly walked off and said he was going to call the police. Now I've already been to the police to try and head this off, and I've told them that because there's criminals here, that they will call you, and they would make up some false allegation to try to get me arrested. So this is all on record. You know, that's already been logged with them. I've got a log number to give the police as soon as they turn up, and they've already been put on notice of the crime that you will commit. Of the crime that you will commit.
I know you're with frustrations and you're trying to get whatever you're trying to get. Because I don't fully understand what you're trying to get addressed.
It's now going to become aggravated trespass, so if you don't leave, you would be arrested for that. Right?
Under aggravated trespass.
Under aggravated trespass.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I will. I'll research that law, because I've taken you on your word at this time. Yeah. But I thought, again, I will comply. But I'm just under that threat of arrest. I will comply. Yeah. So I'll look it over tonight.
Obviously, like that, okay?
But that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
What time do you open in the morning?
8:30.
I'll see you in the morning. I've even gone to the Chief Constable's office, and they are conducting the same abusive conduct against me, just refusing to answer my questions. What they're doing, pushing it all over into the PSD, and the PSD is a whitewash department. So anyway, so what I'm saying is, you are under your oath. There's the evidence of crime. Will you deal with DVLA's crime now? This is black and white. It couldn't be any more clear for you. Or do you say you don't understand that? Do you understand what that means?
I don't think any of us are disputing the law. We're not disputing that. We see what it says.
This is an acknowledgement from that officer that he understands and accepts that section of the Road Traffic Act that relates to this crime by DVLA. All the officers have seen a principal piece of evidence from DVLA, a letter from DVLA on DVLA headed paper that is in overt violation of the Road Traffic Act. But this officer is absurdly stating that due to the complexity of the case, he or they cannot deal with the crimes in front of them. This is clearly absurd, whilst at the same time coming there to arrest me if I don't leave, as you will see in this and other videos. An officer wouldn't leave, say a child was being abused and it was a complex case. You wouldn't say, well, just email in the complaint. We'll deal with that maybe 4 or 6 months time if we can be bothered. And in the meantime, we're going to arrest the victim. Though, having said that, and given the state of the UK police and events that have occurred in the past, we can't completely rule that out. But that should not be occurring, obviously. So they've seen the evidence. They've seen, they accept, they understand, or that officer accepts he understands the Road Traffic Act, that section of the Road Traffic Act. He's seen a principal document from DVLA that is an overt violation of the Road Traffic Act, enough for him to initiate an investigation and not arrest me for wanting this crime to be dealt with. Do you understand what that means?
I don't think any of us are disputing the law. We're not disputing that. We see what it says. But like my colleague said, this would be above our level. Because we're response officers, due to the complexity of this investigation,
No.
you'd have to go to...
No. This is a crime. I'm asking you to stand by your oath, right? You're trying, at some point...
You've already reported this to South Wales Police, haven't you? So we won't be able to take over that case.
No, I'm not asking you to take over.
Right.
They're not doing any, they're doing naff all, right? Because they're trying to help DVLA in their crime, okay? So you're 3 serving police officers. Please, don't...
The case is still open. We won't be able to then open the second case. That's what I'm trying to get at.
No, I'm saying here, your oath gives you the power. I know I've got your oath here. Your oath gives you the power to investigate their crime now, right? It's a crime that may end up with me being killed or crippled. Will you now please? Because you're going to reach a point where I suspect you're going to threaten me with arrest at some point and once again aid criminals. You've done nothing. Good. You've done nothing. Good. You've done nothing. Good. Right thing.
No, we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything.
Don't give...
said to get in contact
Don't
with
give empty... No, this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. You've left me in danger, right? Because
You're the one going up there, mate.
Yes, because I need to get my licence back. I mean, what a dumb... That's a really dumb thing to say.
Stop calling me dumb now, you're doing my head in.
No, I'm not calling you dumb.
Otherwise I'll pull you out.
I'm not calling you dumb. I've never called you dumb.
No more.
I haven't called you
Just
dumb.
leave.
I haven't called you
Okay,
dumb.
I'm not dealing with you no more.
I haven't called you dumb. For the record, I haven't called you dumb.
It's on your camera, mate.
That's a really dumb thing to say.
Stop calling me dumb now, you're doing my head in.
No, I'm not calling you dumb.
Otherwise
I haven't called you. I said the thing.
Get your stuff and leave.
Okay, is that a lawful? Is that a lawful order?
That's a lawful order.
And will I be arrested if I don't leave?
Yes.
Okay, on what section?
Okay.
On what section? What section? Oh, why is this not working? Close to 3?
It's not open until 3.
Why is that then, do you know?
I don't know, he's just come in to...
Oh. What's the time now?
20 to 2.
20 to 2, is it? Right. That's crazy, isn't it?
I don't know what the idea is.
No. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Because
really
you've come up here. You could have come 50 miles away, you know.
Oh, yeah, I've been going around here in circles looking for somewhere to park.
Yeah.
It's a long wait now, isn't it?
Hello, mate. Excuse me. Can I speak? Hi. Can I go in?
No.
Why is that?
Right, DVLA's position has been explained to you.
Yeah. I just step back a bit so we're not too close.
So DVLA's position has been explained to you on more than one occasion.
Yes.
There's no further help we can offer you, so I'm going to ask you to leave site.
Yes.
And what's your response to that?
Well, you can't lawfully because...
I can 100% ask you.
You can ask me. Can I explain something in relation to sent that letter through?
Okay.
and he committed fraud. He made false representation in that letter, and he made a false statement of the position of my position. So there's errors in his letter. So the issues haven't been dealt with.
Right.
So this is why I've come back here today. I haven't been sent the freedom of information that I should have been given. I haven't been given the subject access information that you assured me that you would send me. So there's loads of outstanding things.
I didn't assure you I'd send you anything. What I said was I'd look at your request. However, what I'm here to say to you now is that DVLA feels that they've communicated to you their position.
Haven't. Yeah, but they haven't.
Okay, but they feel that they have.
Yeah, but they're wrong.
Right, okay, but there's no further help that's going to be afforded you today. So I'm asking you now.
You're acting against the civil procedure rules.
I'm asking you.
Civil service rules.
Right. Okay. I'm asking you now to leave site. Are you refusing that request?
Well, I want to get things dealt with.
There's not going to be any further help afforded to you today. Are you going to leave site? Yes or no?
Well, I think you're acting against.
I understand what you think.
Yes.
I'm asking you to leave site. Are you refusing that request?
Are you going to get physical with me?
I 100% would never get physical with you.
Okay, so if nobody's going to get physical with me, then I would peacefully like to still get issues. There's still outstanding issues. I can prove it in court.
Okay, I only need an answer.
Yes.
I'm telling you though that I'm asking you to leave site. There's not going to be any further help afforded to you today.
Yes.
I'm asking you now to leave site.
But you're breaking the law. Was it? By the way, was it you who made the false allegation to the police to get me arrested?
You've asked me this previously.
Yes.
I've made no allegation to get anyone arrested.
So who made the false allegation to get me arrested, who's stating that I'd locked myself in the toilet?
You're asking me questions, but you're refusing to answer my question.
So you're saying categorically that wasn't you who made that?
Categorically wasn't me.
Okay, so was it?
But you're asking me questions and refusing to answer mine.
Well, I'm here.
So you're just talking at me. And
okay, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
I don't want you to be quiet. I want you to answer my question, which is simply, I'm requesting that you leave site. Are you going to leave site?
Well, at some point I'm going to leave site.
I'm asking you to leave site now.
Now, this minute. Well, I would reason. I'm still trying to reason with you and say that you're breaking the civil. I can show you the civil service code.
I don't need you to do that.
Come on, let me show you the civil service code. Deal with stuff via email. I've got emails back in January. I made a freedom of information request, and they're just not responding to my emails. Nobody's sending me responding to my questions. So they've closed down the whole system. I've got 8 out of the last 12 phone calls. They just slam the phone down on me, give me misinformation. I've got it all on my phone. So phone calls is not an option, emails is not an option, so this is my only option left.
But Jay is not the person, Jay is from the security
Correct,
team.
that's why I need to go in there.
But you won't be able to see that area is closed at this time. You won't be
because of me.
You need to put your complaint in,
like you've been told. There's a breach of the civil service code, do you understand that?
We've been told that you need to put it in writing, sir.
No, it's a breach of the civil service code.
I'm asking you to leave site. No, are you going to leave site?
Hold on.
No, sorry, please can you...
I'm saying this is a breach of the civil service code. And I'm still trying to reason with you.
Are you refusing to leave site?
I'm still trying to reason with you. Look, this is the position that
I'm not dealing with this any further, Jay. Come to me. Adam.
Are you going to move? Are you going to get physical?
No, we're not.
Oh, that's right.
No, we're going to call the police.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can see in that clip the manager stepping closer to me as he is unlawfully trying to pressure me to leave DVLA, seemingly trying to use his physical presence to get a reaction. No reasonable person would act in that manner to a customer. First of all, a genuine manager would be interested in seeing the issues and unlawful conduct by DVLA and seeing how they could help. You can see he is telling me to put the issues in writing, clearly knowing DVLA are not responding to my emails. Therefore, he is clearly willfully partaking in this abuse, and obviously he willfully obstructed me getting my license back and should in due course be held to account for his conduct. You can see he then proceeded to call Jay, the security guard, whilst pointing in my direction, with Jay then moving his gaze onto me and proceeding to move a couple of feet in my direction, and the manager moving behind me. You can note Jay only stopped after I asked if they were going to get physical with me, and seeing that I was non-reactive. Clearly this behaviour is nonsense, as they have all come out the door behind Jay, the security guard, and as you can see, they all went back in the same door because the main entrance was closed, as they all knew. So it appears it may have been some Welsh half-wit pre-planned attempt to try to get a reaction from me. You will see much more extreme abuse by a DVLA security guard later in this video on the 6th of June 2025, where the security guard kept entering my personal space, shouting at me and making physical contact with me. That was after an assault by 2 idiot cops inside DVLA. You can also note ignorant and argumentative behaviour from the security guard the first time I attended DVLA and other times, and the totally ignorant behaviour from some of the DVLA staff, and obviously ignorant and abusive and provocative conduct from many police officers. You can clearly see a theme. You can also note Jay, the security guard, knew full well that DVLA hadn't given me all the information the law requires, as I made it clear to him in my first visit, as you can see here. And what it is, I've asked the Freedom of Information team for information in relation to how they use their powers, which will expose the corruption. Yeah. They gave me a date. I asked them in April. They said it may take maximum 40 days. They're just not responding to my emails. Okay. They told me they were going to do an internal review. They haven't done an internal review. They're just ignoring all of my emails, and the call handlers are not telling me the manager's name. They're just slamming the phone down. So I have no other choice but to come here. Jay is a two-faced individual. When this goes to trial and all the evidence is released, it will become even more apparent why staff have partaken in this unreasonable and abusive behaviour towards me. You have heard in the video clips DVLA staff state DVLA is closed, yet you can see in the following clips, recorded shortly after I was refused entry, that customers were being let into DVLA to do business, including the customer you first saw being turned away as I walked to the main entrance. This clearly proves management initially closed down an entire government counter in order to commit a crime against me, and then proceeded just to unlawfully deny me entry whilst allowing others in, done in order to commit their crime against me and to keep me without my licence. This crime has been fully aided by South Wales Police, potentially by Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan himself, and facilitated by the despicable Minister Heidi Alexander since her knowledge. It is. Where are you going? Where are you going?
We're not allowed to serve you.
What?
Just bear with me a second.
Who told you not to serve me? Who told you that? Close down the counter.
Security are on their way now.
Yeah, who told you to close down the counter?
I have to leave.
You're breaking the civil service code. This is going to go straight to Heidi Alexander, Minister, whose power you act under. Who told you? Just have the decency to tell me. Right. So let's just because this is going to go straight to Heidi Alexander, right? So you shouldn't even be working here. You should be against me. Okay, that evidence is absolutely clear. So that's the position. You've stated you've closed this down now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that is, you are violating my rights to get my licence back. You are conducting a course of...
We've told you the procedure.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
We've told you the procedure.
You are conducting a course of conduct that is likely to cause my death.
So we've now shut down the
That
service.
is likely to... Please don't talk over it. It's likely to cause my death or injury.
Are you going to leave, or should we phone the police?
So now you've just overtalked me. You're being disrespectful.
They've gone. Right, they've gone. We're going to phone the police. There's no service here for you.
He's saying it's the same dispute as last time. He doesn't even know what I come for. Is it because of the camera that you're not serving me? If I didn't have the camera, would you serve me? Lady, if I didn't have the camera, would you serve me? It's a reasonable question to answer, isn't it? Why won't you assist me in getting my license back? You know, the issue is that they're not, the phone calls, they're just slamming the phone calls down on me and making ignorant comments, and they're not responding to my emails. So my only option is to come here. I'm not trying to cause anyone any disturbance, you see. I just want to get my license back and not be killed on the road. And I have a letter from Laura Bennett saying that you will deal with such a matter. So was it somebody higher than Laura Bennett that instructed you? All right. I'm waiting to be served, and they've done their usual thing of closing down the counter. Can I take your name, please?
Yeah, it's 8992.
It's what?
8992, my number.
8992.
Yeah.
And your name is?
Do you want my name? You got my number, that's fine.
Cool, and I've got yours.
Yeah.
What was your name again?
PC Harris it was.
PC Harris.
Yes.
So they've closed down. Do you know why they've closed the business as?
Yeah, because they're committing criminal offences.
Right.
And they're willfully stopping me from getting my licence back, aiding in a crime.
Right, so they've closed the business now because obviously you're recording through data protection and stuff. They've got obviously a lot of sensitive information with the customers' names, addresses, date of births, okay? So that's why they've had to close, because you're filming.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah, you're filming now, so they've had to close because
I'm saying you're lying.
Oh, right, okay. So
Okay.
you're not filming, are you?
I'll explain.
Okay.
Rather than tell me, you're better off asking me.
Yeah, I have asked you. So,
No, you're not. You're telling me.
Right, so why have they closed then?
Right. I've told you. I've told you they've closed because they've committed serious criminal offences against me, for which many of them should face years in prison, and they are willfully obstructing me getting my licence back. Okay? I've even offered to close the camera down, to turn it down so I'm not recording them. Yes? I've offered to go in a separate room so that we don't disturb anybody here. They've got a separate room. I've offered to go in that separate room so nobody else is going to be disturbed. Thirdly, literally the thing I've got to do is about 10 minutes work. As soon as I got here, if they were really that bothered, if they were really that interested in helping me, they could have closed this down. If they didn't want to take me in a separate room, they could have closed this down for 10 minutes, dealt with me, and then all be finished, and they could have carried on serving. They could have answered all the phone calls that I've made to them instead of being abusive and hanging up. They could have answered all the emails that I've sent them. But they've done none of that. So please don't come here and lie to me. Hold on, please let me finish. Please don't come here and lie to me and telling me the reason for them closing down is because of me filming, because that's a lie, and it's because they've committed crimes and they don't want me having evidence, which you should know the Harassment Act gives me the lawful right to conduct a course. If they want to claim harassment, the Harassment Act gives me the lawful right to conduct a course of conduct to gather evidence and detect crime. That's section 1, subsection 3, A, B and C. So I'm absolutely within the law. Absolutely within the law. I've not been rude, not been offensive, offered to accommodate them, to make it so it doesn't disrupt anything. I've been sat here for hours since, I don't know, about 2 o'clock or something. So I've been sat here for hours. Literally, the thing that I've got could have been done in 10 minutes. I've got here a chronology of crime, a 30-page documented pre-trial document with exhibits.
What is the 10-minute form you've got to do with them today, Paul?
Hold on, let me finish, please. I've got a pre-trial document here, It looks to me like that officer preempted what was coming and was trying to divert attention away from me giving them the chronology of crime. And you can see the movement from the female officer. Was she trying to get him to initiate a move on me to stop me giving them that chronology of crime, that 30-page chronology of crime, or was she just coming to get the chronology of crime and saw that he wasn't coming and then stopped? We'll now. Is a 30-page chronology of crime, all numbered with exhibits, over 60 exhibits of crimes conducted by DVLA. This has been sent to Chief Constable Heidi Alexander, which is the not Chief Constable. It's been sent to Chief Constable Jeremy. How do you say? Vaughan and Heidi Alexander, the Minister for Transport, and I'm waiting for them to do their jobs. Thus far, for a month, Heidi Alexander has committed and refusing to respond to my emails. I can give you that. I can actually, what I can do, I would like to email you their crimes.
You've already contacted.
No, I'm saying you've come here to probably to try and arrest me, right?
I don't want to arrest you.
Let me take your email, and I will email you now the chronology of crime with all the 60 exhibits.
I'm not going to provide my email, because I've already spoke to the sergeant. He's been provided with an email from you already.
Which one?
I don't know.
Exactly, which one? So you don't know whether it's that one?
Loads of exhibits
No.
and videos attached to it, alright?
Yeah, so I'm saying you're the ones here who are going to come and try and arrest me, right?
Oh, we don't want to arrest you.
No, you're here. No.
Listen to me now. I've let you speak.
Yeah, let's be honest. You're here with the potential of arresting me. That's why you're here.
I don't want to arrest
No,
you.
I know, but I'm not stating that. I'm saying you've come here with the intention, if I don't leave, to arrest me. That's the fact of it. Please don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
If I don't leave, you will fabricate another false allegation like you did last time, and
Well, it wasn't a false.
yes, it was.
Last time,
Yes, it was.
okay?
It was aggravated trespass. It was
Let me speak a second.
No, it was
Time, all right?
it was aggravated trespass. That there,
Yes, and it's
you
okay,
violated.
now.
You violated
I'll
all
give
of my
you one
human
chance
rights.
To leave now.
Hey,
And give you one chance. Arrested for aggravated trespass, okay?
what you say now?
Now, yes.
Oh, okay. So you are now threatening me to
Now I'm
leave.
going to threaten to arrest you.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you an opportunity first.
Yep. I will leave.
Okay.
I have no intention of being arrested. So I was correct. I am packing up.
No, I know. I can see that. So
Yes.
I'll give you 2 minutes
So
to get all your stuff.
you did lie, and like I said, you came here to arrest me on false charges. There is please take that. That's the Human Rights Act that you're violating. You're not a sergeant. Are you a sergeant?
No, I'm a police officer.
Yeah. With aggravated trespass, the direction needs to be given by a senior officer, by a sergeant. You're not a sergeant, so therefore, so I'm not going to get arrested. What I'm saying is, but I'm making it clear to both of you, criminal offence now, because you are telling me you're going to arrest me for aggravated trespass, and you don't have the authority to make that allegation against me. That needs to be made by your sergeant, who actually needs to be here on site. I can show you on the phone.
Show me outside, Paul. Okay.
No.
Otherwise, I would be arrested for aggravated trespass
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you don't have the authority. You're breaking the law.
Are you going to leave now or not?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I'm making it clear to you that you're breaking the law, and you know that you're breaking the law. That you're not a sergeant. I am getting this in. You're not a sergeant. You don't have the authority to threaten me with that, and you don't have the authority to arrest me. You're a corrupt cop, and you're committing a but I am, nonetheless, compliant. You've conducted a course of conduct that is likely to kill me. It's disgusting conduct. You should face criminal charges. You should face imprisonment because you're breaking the law. And I am still packing up. Are you in accord with his actions here? You're in agreement. So you're committing the same criminal offence as him, because I want you to be held to account as well. It's not a feelings thing, it's fact. It needs to be a sergeant. No, I don't want to be there. I want to be by phone and email.
I know.
So what I'm saying is, right, the fact that you're saying makes it the aggravated trespass is because of the false allegation of me being verbally abusive. That's the aspect that makes it.
I'm not saying it's a false allegation. I don't know.
No, sorry, the allegation of being
okay?
abusive.
It forms part of it, and the fact that you were filming.
No. Can I? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm listening to you, right? But what I'm challenging you, so I'm saying, if there is no threats of false allegations from them about being abusive, if I'm there recording, exercising my lawful right to record in a public place, that's not an aggravated
Like I said,
trespass.
what my colleague said earlier, obviously you're there filming, obviously other members of the public are coming there, giving out private information over the counter. What I would suggest, I know you want to have a meeting with...
Well, I don't mind any senior
or any
person.
senior, and last time you wanted to film that meeting, that was correct. What I'd say is, if you go there, say tomorrow, don't film the reception area. Try and just get the steps done, because I know you need to get your driving license back.
They've made a second, I just want to make it clear, they've made a second serious false allegation to you. They've committed a criminal offence there, okay? And I would like you to bring criminal prosecution against them now. Could you take a report down, because they've made a false allegation that they've been abusive.
It's all been on camera, okay? We can have a look into it. Okay.
Can you give me a crime reference for this number, please?
Yeah, I can give you the incident number for this one we've had today, alright?
Okay. So I'm asking you now, will you actually deal with the crime by DVLA? They made a serious false allegation to get me arrested. That is the crime of perverting the course of justice. That carries a lifetime prison sentence, right?
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yes. So, with you, but who was the name of the person who reported that?
I haven't looked on the log. I can't tell
so
you now.
will you now go
back and speak to security. I'll go to them and find out.
Will you get it all recorded?
It'll be recorded, right?
Yeah. Because that's serious criminal offence. That's the second. The criminal offence. The earlier one last year.
Yeah.
They made a false allegation saying I barricaded myself in the toilet. Okay. It's just nonsense, right? So they are serious criminal offences. I want you to bring criminal prosecution against the person who made that false allegation.
We'll have a look into it now, right?
Yes. And so I've got your name. I just want to check this is all recorded.
Like I said,
can you keep the audio? Can you keep all that? Because I'm going to
this one gets recorded. All right.
Yes.
So
I just want to clarify something. Like I said, I don't want to break any law.
No.
Right. I'm never. Okay. You accept that or whatever. You'll see. Will you please?
Yeah.
Go and look at the CCTV camera, the CCTV footage, right? Get that yourself, right? Get that on the police record. You will see nowhere at all have I been abusive.
Fine. We'll have a look into that now, right?
And I wouldn't say that if I've been abusive. So I'm saying, will you secure that, because that needs to be used in trial.
It'll all be kept for 28 days.
No, I'm saying no. I want you to take them to court, bring criminal charges against them, and I'm asking you to please, on record, secure that evidence. For you to let that be destroyed would be committing the crime of perverting the course of justice, both of you, okay? So unless you want to commit that serious crime, please secure that footage.
We'll go in there now, alright?
Okay.
So tomorrow, I was going to say, if you want to come back to sort the issue, I'd recommend don't film at the start, at the reception, alright? I know you obviously think it's right.
What if I tilt it down like that?
Maybe just speak to them first, and then say, is it okay if I record?
No, they're going to say no.
I know.
No, can I just work this through logically?
Yeah.
They've made numerous false allegations about me.
Yeah.
Would you go, and they've got corrupt police officers, like yourself, because that is corrupt, what you've done. I'm not going to say anything different than that. You've broken the law. You've threatened to arrest me on false charges. That's a criminal offence. So I'm not going to pretty that up. So we've got corrupt police officers. So I can't go in there without any kind of evidence to protect myself. They're refusing to give me CCTV. So I'm happy to turn this down, right? So that at least they can see my physicality, that I'm not doing stupid stuff. I can say, look, I'm sat in a chair, and then speak to them.
You can try that.
Are you going to have a problem with that and try and arrest me?
It's up to them ultimately.
No, I'm saying, are you going to come and fabricate further false charges to arrest me if I do that?
It's more the audio issue because of the GDPR.
Well, I've got a different room.
Yeah, you can ask them with that, and that'll be up to them then.
Well, no, I'm saying you can't be this stupid, and I'm not calling you stupid. You can't be this stupid to realise they've got rooms there for people to go in. They're refusing to go in there with me. You can't be this stupid as officers to think there's foul play, that there's not foul play here. Because why wouldn't they go in a room with me, get all of this sorted?
Listen, come back tomorrow, you can try it, isn't it?
Can I have your email? I want to send you the evidence against them.
You've obviously already reported to us, though, haven't you?
But nobody's doing anything. I want to hold you two to account, right? Because just committed against me. And you've conducted a course of conduct that's likely that can kill me or leave me paralysed, because I haven't got my licence and I'm going bankrupt. I want to be able to sue you two, right? I want to face civil charges against you. I want to be able to take your assets, to take your home, to take your property for the you have just committed against me. So I want to ensure that you have the evidence so that I can email that to you tonight.
I'm not going to provide my email to you now, okay?
Why wouldn't you?
If you phone 101...
Why won't you just do it now? Why play games with me?
I need to sort that out before it closes tonight, because they're going to close at 5.
No, it'll take you a few seconds. Just tell me your email address.
I'm not going to give my email address now. If you phone 101, you need to get hold of it, okay?
Why
You've got the instant number.
Just give it to me now.
I'm not giving it out to you now,
No,
okay?
because
Paul, I'm going to go inside
difficult.
now.
No, you're being difficult.
Right, I'm going to go in there and speak to security about the CCTV,
You've committed
okay?
serious against me.
Right,
You've abused your position of trust and you should be in prison. You can see in the following from the CPS website that I do appear to have been correct, that the direction has to be given by a senior officer who has to be on site to direct me to leave for aggravated trespass. And I believe that officer knew full well that he had broken the law last time. He preempted me exposing his unlawful and abusive conduct and then proceeded to swiftly threaten me with arrest for aggravated trespass, potentially in order to try to facilitate this crime conducted against me by DVLA and to cover up his own conduct. There was no lawful basis for him to arrest me for aggravated trespass. One, because it was not my intention to stop others going about their lawful activity. I was simply there to try to get service at DVLA, and DVLA were closing down the counter in order to commit the crime against me. So he didn't deal with their crime, first off, and then he misused aggravated trespass, because that has to be my intention. It wasn't my intention to stop other people going about their lawful activity. Two, it cannot be used when it contravenes the person's particular human rights. And thirdly, the direction needs to be given by a senior officer who actually needs to be on site. So he totally abused his position of trust, and he knew the abuse that he was conducting against me, because I made sure that I made it clear to him, as I've attempted to do with all recent encounters, in order to hold those cops to account. Hi.
Hi there, can I help? Oh.
Are you going to help me, are you? Going to help me today? Who's telling you to break the law?
Is the camera on?
Hey?
Is the camera on?
Do you want me to turn it down? Who's telling you to break the law?
Nobody's telling me to break the law, but I'm not allowed to serve, I'm going to have to close.
Yeah, but do you realise, just bear here, the camera's down, your face is not on here. You realise that even if you're following orders, you're breaking the law. Even if you are following orders, you can still be prosecuted for criminal charges. It's no defence, you understand? Because I haven't done anything harmful to you, have I? You shouldn't put up with this. You should whistle blow. Can't you whistle blow or something? Because you know, I've got an application. They're telling me I can make an application, but you're all closing the counter down. I mean, it's.
Can you just bear with me when I go pause?
I've got a letter. Can I just tell you? This is all down. This is not on you. I've got a letter. I've got a letter from Laura Bennett. Can you get Laura Bennett for me, please? I was speaking to
I am recording you now for my own safety.
Of course.
I have asked you to leave.
Of course.
You have refused to leave.
Well, I haven't said that.
I've asked you to, and you haven't stepped outside. So
No.
that's a
Let me
refusal in itself.
Let me clarify. I've come here and I'm speaking to a lady, and I've asked her to go and get somebody for me, and so I'm staying here.
The agency's closed at the moment. This is ridiculous, you know. You can only apologise. It's closed for.
Why can't you take them in a little room or something to do it?
Have you fall backwards, tax me guard?
It's unreasonable to abuse a member of the public.
I do. There's an incident ongoing. Unfortunately, you are on camera, so I will make you aware that you are being recorded, and I need to close this down. So
They've got a little room, sir. They've got a little room here.
You should have advised me of that at first. I didn't give me a chance. I was trying to explain to you that we were closed. I was recording.
He's my fellow citizen. I don't like to see people being abused.
Well, you shouldn't be here then. You shouldn't be here.
You're abusing. You're abusing the public.
I'm not abusing the public.
And that's clear. That's
I've asked
on.
you several times to leave.
That's on camera. That abuse of the public is on camera. You've got a separate room in there you could take him in. I can go in a separate room. I'm happy to go in a separate room so he can have service here. I'll do everything to accommodate this. You know, I'm not being unreasonable. I want to see him being served, and I'm happy to go in that room.
So, are you refusing to leave?
I've told you, please don't repeat something.
It's locked, it's closed.
Well, my last conversation, which is on here as evidence, is that she was going to go off and get somebody, speak to somebody.
She has spoken to somebody and hold on.
She was going to go off and speak to somebody and then go and get a lady for me. So I'm waiting here for that lady.
Okay, so you are refusing to leave?
That's your influence. That's not my statement.
It's not an influence. That's not an influence.
I didn't say no. Please, I didn't say influence. I said inference.
Influence.
Inference. That's what you've inferred.
Right. Okay.
But you've been asked to leave and you're not leaving.
I'm not going to keep repeating the same thing. So.
Well, I'm asking you sir to leave. So can you please leave?
So you've got two guys out there because they're being abused by DVLA because they've closed down. I've offered to go in a little room with them to conduct business because I'm recording, right? But they won't do that because it's not about me recording per se. It's about me stopping me gathering evidence of their crime and abuse. So they'd rather abuse innocent members of the public than just take me in a little room and conduct business. And I've even offered to point the camera down. And I would much rather deal with it by phone and email, but they're not doing that means of communication either. So this is entirely a situation that corrupt individuals within DVLA are instigating. You do realise by law I am allowed to make a D1 application, don't you? And you're, you know, literally it's criminal misconduct to stop me making a D1 application. Oh, so can I do that? Can I now? And give that to you? And what's the because section 88. This is why I needed to check it with it. Section 88 gives an individual the right to drive.
Paul, is it?
I'm just speaking to this lady a minute. Bear with me. Yeah, section 88 gives an individual a right to drive.
Is the business closed now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
she just handed me this and was speaking to me.
Okay, it does say the position's closed
No,
there.
please, I'm just saying. So are you no longer speaking to me? Hold on, let me
She's a human being.
What a complete prat of an officer. He's entered my personal space, waving his hands in front of me, interrupted me speaking to that DVLA staff in a polite and respectful manner, and then proceeded to insinuate through his comments that I am being unreasonable or disrespectful to her by stating to me she's a human being, as if I can't see that. It's a totally dumb and retarded thing to say to somebody who is being respectful to the person they're speaking to. This kind of conduct should not be accepted. Should not be accepted by the people of Great Britain, and it should not be accepted by the IOPC. And it gets much, much worse than this. Please don't get all...
And she's not answering. Okay?
So you realise by law I can make a D1 application.
Do you want to move on if obviously it's closed or something?
So talk to me, you just talking about Section 88 of the Road Traffic Act, do you? Paul? Or you're not going to answer me?
Bear with me, stop being so pushy. You're in my face, entering my personal space. I'm going to sit down. So please don't enter my personal space and don't get pushy with me. Okay. Treat me with respect. I'm a victim of crime.
Always treat people with respect,
right?
That's why you're very recording as a you.
What's the issue? Do you want to have a little rant to us?
A little...
What's going on?
A little what?
A rant to us.
A rant?
Yeah, there's an issue, isn't there? So
I don't want to rant to anyone.
Okay, what's the issue here today?
That's strange. The issue is that Can I, before we start, can I just make a note of your collar numbers so I've got easy reference of them? By the way, you won't find me at all violent or anything, just so I'm just making that clear. You know, so absolutely zero chance.
Yeah, for that.
Cool. 8, was it 6'3"?
Yeah.
6'3".
Do you mind if we do this outside?
Yes, I do.
Business is closed.
Yes, I do.
At the moment.
Yes, I do.
So, at the moment, business is closed because of your being here. Do you understand? That's why we've been called here. Do you understand?
Can I just ask something a minute?
Go on.
On what basis, what legal basis, have they got you here? On what pretense?
The 4999.
Yes.
I don't ask for the legal basis of why I've been called.
No, okay, not legal basis.
I have to respond to
yes,
that.
but
I
yes.
have a choice, unfortunately.
Sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk you. Yeah, but when you get put onto a call, they say, you know, someone's stabbed somebody, or someone's kicking somebody, or someone's being verbally abusive. What was the allegation to get you here? Because there has to be a criminal offence.
It doesn't have to.
Okay, no, that's correct. Okay, there has to be a criminal offence, or let me finish. Or hold on. Or there has to be an indication that a criminal offence is about to occur. So I'm just let me finish.
Can I stop you there?
No,
you
you're
get called
now.
cows in the middle of the road.
Sorry?
You don't have to have a reason or a legal obligation to attend. We get called by a member of the public that's concerned for something. There could be a cow in the road, a sheep in the road, a person at the DVLA,
Fair enough.
someone being stabbed. If we get a call,
Yes.
we have to go. We don't go, what's the legal ramification?
Now this is clearly nonsense from these two officers. First of all, they're trying to evade telling me the allegation made by DVLA to the police about me. Secondly, when you make a 999 call, you speak to the call handler and they establish the facts and determine whether it warrants a 999 emergency response. Talking about sheep or cows in the road is a completely irrelevant point in relation to the question that I was trying to get answered, and I believe it was just a diversion from answering my question. In the context of DVLA making a 999 call to the police about somebody in DVLA, either that person has to have committed a criminal offence, or they honestly believe a criminal offence is about to occur. But it has to be a significant criminal offence, you know, for example, a threat to life or harm to person or damage to property. Clearly, a government department should not be making 999 calls, making false allegations to the police against somebody who is acting in a completely peaceful manner, completely respectful manner, and who is only there because DVLA are refusing all other means of communication, refusing to answer numerous questions in relation to DVLA's unlawful, life-destroying and wholly abusive conduct against me. They are using the police like hired thugs to commit the crime, to further their crimes on their behalf. You don't have to go. You don't have to go because I've made a number of calls. I know that's wrong, right? Because I made a number of calls and the police just don't turn up.
And where is that?
That's here in South Wales. Okay, so that's not true, but I accept your other point that you can turn up for cows in the road or whatever. So I'm simply asking, what is the alleged offence that DVLA have made, the alleged allegation against me? You're not disclosing that? No. Have they made? Why aren't you?
Because they don't want you at the property, that's why.
So we've gone from the officer stating she was not going to tell me to, in the very next breath, telling me why the police were called to DVLA, simply because DVLA don't want me there, which, given my good conduct, i.e. no violence, no abuse, is not a police matter, and certainly doesn't warrant a 999 call with an emergency response. Allegation against me. You're not disclosing that? No. Have they made? Why aren't you?
Because they don't want you at the property, that's why.
Oh, so that's the reason.
I'm not giving legals and all that, they don't want you here.
This just cracks me up. Every time I listen to that clip, it cracks me up. I mean, how absurd can you be as a police officer to state publicly, when you know you're being recorded, and not giving legals and all that, right? A police officer that's meant to know the law and meant to act within the law and meant to uphold the public's rights. And she's the brains of this operation. She's the one that the male police officer is looking to for leadership. My God. It's
we
not.
have a text of a call.
Yes.
There is a male refusing to leave a property. Now this could be
And
any
that's
property.
That's the issue.
And that's all.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because they've made serious false allegations in the past. Serious, like yesterday, they made a false allegation saying I was being abusive.
Right.
I asked the officers to get the CCTV to secure that because they should be prosecuted for perverting the course of justice.
Right.
So I wanted to get that clear. Okay. So you're telling me just because I'm come to service and I want to be served, therefore they feel you feel that's right for you to come here. So that's where we are. So now you've asked the question, what's the issue? Why am I here? You're not asking an issue. Why have all these counters closed down when I'm a reasonable person, speaking in a reasonable manner, and offered to point my camera down when speaking to the lady, to be considerate? You're not asking why DVLA have closed all the counters down, which would be the first obvious thing to ask from a police officer who's interested in crime.
Well, can I just interject there?
Certainly can.
So we've had a call about a male refusing to leave.
Yes.
So if I'm dealing with an incident,
Yes.
I will go to the source and see who the male is refusing to leave, why he's refusing
Correct.
to leave, what the issue is. So that's why I've spoken to you.
So you're coming to me first?
Yes.
So you haven't been to them yet?
We've spoken to the security outside.
Exactly.
We've briefed on the situation.
Exactly. So you have spoken to them?
Because they were in front of us before we got here.
Of course, that's fair enough. Yeah, I accept that.
I can't go, oh, move out of the way, I need to go in there. You know?
No, I accept that. I'm not making an issue out of that. I understand.
So can you tell me, I haven't met you before,
Yes.
you haven't met me before.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to.
Could we do it outside?
No.
Why?
Because I'm here to get served.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, we don't know yet because you haven't investigated the crime that I have against them. So you can see right from the start the agenda of the police officer trying to get me to leave. Why would a fair police officer try to get somebody who was sat down acting in a peaceful manner? Why would he try to get such a person to leave when he's also indicating that he's only been briefed on the situation and hasn't heard my side of the story and hasn't even asked me whether I am refusing to leave? Clearly, this makes no sense, and it shows his agenda, and I say the agenda of South Wales Police, willfully stopping me getting matters dealt with at DVLA and my driving licence back. So what I'm saying is, I'm here on lawful business. I'm not committing any crime whatsoever.
Right.
Okay? Nothing. Unless you tell me that I'm committing a crime. Can you see me committing any crime?
Not at this moment.
That you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. At this
Exactly.
moment.
So I'm not committing any crime. I'm not shouting, not being abusive. I have business to take care of here, and I want to take care of my business. They are simply closed down the counter. That's where we're at. This is the summation of this issue. Revocation action against me to interfere with a court case back in December 2022.
Right.
Okay, there was no lawful basis for that action. A false allegation was made by a third party, allegedly. We don't know because we haven't got the name because they're withholding the name from me. I've got a 30-page chronology of crime there by DVLA, where I've sent your chief constable, that I sent Heidi Alexander, the Minister of Transport, and I've sent Tim Moss, the CEO of DVLA. All of them are refusing to perform their duties. So they've conducted unlawful revocation action. That resulted in my licence. Okay. Now I've come here to get my licence back. And I don't want to go through the police. I don't want to go the long route round. I just want to deal with somebody who's competent to deal with this issue. I'm happy to... Look, I can record in a public space. That's my right. But I'm a reasonable guy, and I'm happy to try, to point that down so it's not, in their face if they're trying to help me.
Yeah.
Nearly been killed on multiple. The crimes they have committed, I've lost hundreds. There's over £500,000 worth of damages.
Right.
Plus, they interfered with a court case where there are millions of pounds of damages. So this is a colossal fraud case. It involves numerous corrupt police officers at South Wales who have made false allegations to arrest me on false charges.
Right.
20 police officers, over 20 police officers. So it's a colossal fraud case. They're refusing, they're ignorant on the phone, they just slam the phone down me. They're not answering my emails, so my only choice is to come here.
Do you know where?
I'll give you that email, that's no problem. Do you want to take it now?
But you've got contact.
Yes. Yeah, he's just refusing to respond.
Right.
Okay.
You see, I've gone to the Secretary of State for Transport, the highest person, because I I won't go into detail, but I'll just quickly show you so you can see the validity of my allegations, of my assertions.
We can have a look at it. Like, I'm not a judge. I'm not, a
That's
magistrate or anything like that. It's.
Now, from the get-go, they are trying to make the case that they are not mentally capable of understanding the violation of the Road Traffic Act by DVLA. But they can't turn around and tell me that. They can't say, I don't know law, I don't know the Road Traffic Act. So they have to come up with some dumb comments like, I'm not a judge, or I'm not a magistrate. Well, it's obvious you're not a judge. You're a police officer. You're a police officer that should know the Road Traffic Act, should be able to understand law. If they pulled you over, you're driving your car, they pulled you over, accused you of committing a criminal offence, and you turn around to them and say, well, you're not lawyers, you're not judges, therefore what you say means nothing. That will go nowhere. They will turn around, tell you you're guilty, and that will be the end of it. They will assert that they know the law and you are guilty. So this is utter nonsense coming from these cops. I believe the absurd reaction by those two cops indicates that they already know the crimes that have clearly been identified in that chronology of crime that I was getting out of my bag to show them. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, so what I've got here is a 31 page chronology of crime, all numbered points with exhibits like you would have in a trial. Numbered exhibits, I would say I'd call it a pre-trial document for the police to start their investigation, all logically laid out. The
You sent that in an email, any chance?
Yes.
I think all that as well.
Who was dealing with that?
I can't remember. Like it was attached to the log, I think, briefly. Obviously this was graded as an emergency response, okay, so we had to make that feel pretty quick.
Crazy.
But that's how it's graded, so that's how we've got to respond.
I know, that's how you got to respond.
What was the email?
Sorry. Let me just have a check. So he completely diverted attention away from looking at the crimes committed by DVLA identified in the chronology of crime that I just got out my bag ready to show them. And the female officer just left the scene. Okay, can I just, when you're finished, can I speak to you a minute?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, sorry, I just didn't want to...
No, I'm just taking over the details.
Now, I just want to head off something here, because I know what's going to happen, right? Come the end of the day, you're gonna fabricate some false criminal allegation against me.
I don't fabricate anything.
Okay, so let me put it like this. So far, two groups of officers, two sets on different occasions, have alleged a breach of the peace.
Right.
Okay. You should know, and I just want to head this off, breach of the peace, there has to be the essence of violence. Either, even to not disturbance. It's in the Court of Appeal case in relation to R versus Howe.
Right.
It was established in the High Court, in the Court of Appeal, that even to arrest for prevention of breach of the peace, there has to have been an expression of violence against person or property. Okay, it's not just somebody what may be called trespassing. That cannot be breach of the peace. There has to be an intent to cause damage to property or harm to person.
I completely agree with you.
Thank you very much. So that's that one. That has been used against me on numerous occasions. That's false. And that's forcibly removed. I've never been arrested, and I've always gone. But to forcibly remove from here under false allegations. The other one was aggravated trespass, which was used last night.
Right.
Again, aggravated trespass, it has to be the intention to intentionally disrupt people going about their lawful activity. That has to be the intention.
So, do you mind if I put...
Please. And can I let me just carry on talking while you're doing it. And secondly, you cannot use aggravated trespass lawfully. I'll set lawfully when it breaches the person's fundamental human rights. It goes into that on the CPS website. It goes into that in more detail. Thirdly,
yes, I'm reading it.
Thirdly,
there's case law on it.
Yes. Thirdly, that there has to be a senior officer, and please correct me if I'm wrong. it has to be a sergeant on location who either directs me to remove myself, or he can direct a PC to direct me to remove myself. But you cannot use, my understanding, again I've seen it on the CPS website, you cannot direct me to move from here for aggravated trespass if it's not done by a sergeant on location.
I don't believe that's correct.
But you know the human rights aspect are correct, and you know that my purpose has to have been to disrupt people going about their lawful business.
So a person commits the offence of aggravated trespass if he trespasses on land in relation to any lawful activity which persons are engaging in or about to engage in.
That's it.
So these people going about their business.
No, it's the intention. No, it's the intention to.
Where does it say intention?
I'll find it for you.
Which is intended by him to have the effect of intimidating
correct.
these persons.
Correct.
Or any of them as so to deter them.
Going about their lawful activity.
Or any of them from engaging in that activity.
Lawful.
So that's subsection A. B.
Can I just come in? Just pause there.
Or C of disrupting that activity.
Correct.
So there is that there.
Yeah. So correct. It's not my intention. It's absolutely not my intention.
What is your intention?
My intention is simply to get served. So.
How many times have you been here in the last?
No, let's not detract from that. You have to. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. My intention is not to disrupt anyone. My intention, I've even offered, right, to go in a separate room. They've got a separate room there.
Right.
I'll go in there with them. So then everybody can carry on business and we'll deal with it in there. I have a legitimate right to get served at a counter. They have no lawful right to refuse me service, and it's a breach of the Civil Service Code, an absolute violation of the Civil Service Code. So, and it is the criminal offence of misconduct in public office. So I would do anything reasonable to try to mitigate any harm. So you can see for yourself, having made that offer in front of you, I am not here with the intention to disrupt anyone. That's a requisite part of aggravated trespass. Secondly, my human rights, if you read further, you will read that it can't be used when your human rights are being violated.
Which human right are you referring to?
The numerous human. I'm just going to get that for you. When the Schedule 1, it even mentions on the CPS website Schedule 1 of the Human Rights Act.
So which human right are you referring to?
That's what I'm getting for you. I'm just speaking to you a minute. Right. So we've got Schedule 1 of the Human Rights Act. Everyone's right to life. My very life has been put in danger by the criminality because I've nearly been killed on multiple.
How have you nearly been killed?
On the roads. I can't drive my car.
Right.
That's my 2-ton protective steel shell to protect me at high speed.
Right.
They have removed that from me. Okay. I have to cycle dangerous roads, and I've nearly been killed on multiple occasions within inches of my handlebars of trucks nearly running me over. They have violated my most they put in jeopardy my most fundamental human right. Article 3. No one shall be subjected to torture or inhumane or degrading treatment or punishment. I have been subject to inhumane and degrading treatment by DVLA as I can't even take care of my own needs. I'm self-employed.
Okay.
I can earn good money. I can't run my business.
What do you do?
I'm a sculptor and a wood carver, painter. And I can earn good money at that. I'm nearly bankrupt. It's degrading. I mean, you're not having a vehicle. It is a bit like it's a bit handy. You feel handy. It's a vehicle to move about the world, and you feel a bit handicapped without your vehicle. And it's degrading to have to get in taxis and go on trains and sit on crappy trains. And
a lot of people do have to do that.
But that's a choice.
Hold on. I'm not saying that that's everybody has to, or it's a choice or whatever, but people do that.
That's a choice.
How's it a choice?
I'm saying my situation is
What
not.
about people who can't?
My,
What about people who can't drive? Who physically can't drive? That's not a choice, is it?
no, that's fine. That's fine. I accept that.
All right, you can't just
No,
tar everything and go.
I'm
"These
not. I'm
crappy
not.
Things.
I'm not.
That's a personal issue.
I'm
that's
not.
a choice.
No, can I answer that?
Yes, you can.
Would you mind just stepping back a little bit for me, please? You're starting to. Okay, I'll move back. No, that's fine. That's right, mate. That's okay. Don't worry. I'll move. I just.
I haven't moved.
No problem. No problem. That's okay. Okay, so now if we go on to Article 5, right to liberty and security. Everyone has the right to liberty and security.
I can't be asked to listen to this. I'm not listening to you read off paper after word after word after word.
To liberty and security.
I can't be asked to listen to
PC Samuel's reaction is so bizarre, even her male colleague appears to be taken aback by her irrational and overly dramatic behaviour. She's not interested in some of the most fundamental laws and rights she is meant to uphold. This is why she is so thick, because she refuses to listen to reasoned thought and educate herself. Her timing and reaction could not any better highlight the case against her with her perverse conduct, as she rejects fundamental rights and law and instead willfully conducts abusive, oppressive and harmful action against me. This conduct and level of stupidity should not be accepted in the police. Everyone has the right to liberty and security.
I can't be asked to listen to this. I'm not listening to you read off paper after word after word after word. We're here because you're closing a business down.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I haven't closed that down.
I'm speaking, okay?
Yeah, so am I speaking. Now this is a serious false allegation made by PC Samuel stating that I have closed down DVLA. A false and absurd allegation against a person who was completely peaceful, completely respectful, and who is a victim of very serious crimes by numerous DVLA staff and management. How have we got to this position in the UK police where the police are the ones making the false allegations, conducting the unlawful conduct and conducting the abuses against the public?
We're here because you're closing a business down.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I haven't closed that down.
I'm speaking, okay?
Yeah, so am I speaking.
You need to get off this property. You've been out
On what basis? On what basis?
to move
Trespass is a civil offence. It's a civil issue.
Are you going to move from this property, yes or no? You've been asked by security multiple times.
Trespass is.
Are you going to move from this?
Are you threatening?
Are you going to move?
Are you threatening me?
Are you going to get out this building?
Are you threatening me?
I'm telling you, you need to leave.
Are you threatening me?
I'm not threatening anyone. I'm telling you, you need to leave.
Fine.
That's what needs to happen.
Yes, and I've made it
and
clear.
you're reading off this paper word after word. We're not here for that.
We're
here to get you out of the building.
And there you have it. There's the admission from PC Samuel. They're there to get me out the building. They're not there to investigate crime. They're not there to protect my rights. They're there, solely there, to get me out the building, acting like hired thugs, committing unlawful conduct on behalf of DVLA. Speaking to this gentleman, right?
I'm speaking now.
Yeah, go on. You go.
Yeah, so...
You need to leave the building. We're not here to listen to paperwork.
You should be interested in the law. You should be interested in the law. That's an ignorant. You've got an ignorant attitude.
Okay.
Yes.
You need to leave the building.
So.
Okay.
So
that's why you were here.
I just want to make clear. Can I just make clear here? If you under arrest, under threat of arrest, if you want, please let me finish. Just calm down a minute. Take it down, Peg. Right. Under threat of arrest, I will leave. So I'm just making it clear to both of you.
Why should I have
please, will you just let me finish? Will you just let me finish?
Yes, of course.
Please, then let me finish. I'm making it clear to both of you. Under threat of arrest, if you want to trump up some false allegation like you've done on three other occasions, not you, South Wales Police, I will leave. I don't want to be arrested. Other than that, I'm going to try and get service at DVLA.
And how has that worked out for you so far?
That's my position. So you do
How has
what
that worked out for you so far?
I'm in the middle of speaking to you about this.
Right.
And I'm trying to get.
You were going way over there again now. But you've tried to be served. Every time I offer you a solution, right, you throw it over there and talk about something else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We've spoken about.
Go see him. Then go. I'm happy to do that. Please go see him.
Who he is.
Go speak to that lady.
You have the direct contact with him.
Do you know?
Paul, can you listen? You're being pedantic. Can you listen?
What the hell are you talking about? How am I being pedantic?
Can you listen?
Can you listen?
How am I being?
You're refusing to listen.
That's not pedantic.
Paul,
you're starting to shout at me. Why are you shouting at me?
Paul,
you're being aggressive with me.
Can you be quiet?
Why are you being aggressive with me?
Because you're not listening.
Now, this is an acknowledgement from the officer that they are being aggressive towards me. A person who is sat down, leg crossed, speaking in a reasonable manner, not being disrespectful, but being respectful. And the justification for their aggression towards me is that I was not listening. But you can plainly hear that I was listening to every word they were saying. So much so that I needed to question him on his false and absurd allegation against me, stating that I was being pedantic, when the fool of a cop doesn't even know the meaning of the word that he introduced and used. And when his ignorance is pointed out to him, he doesn't even have the humility to find out the true meaning of the word that he used, but continues in his ignorant and abusive manner towards me. So I have to wade through this moronic conduct from these idiot cops and then just put up with them making absurd comments. And given that their allegations are untrue, they therefore fall into the area of insults.
Why are you being aggressive with me?
Because you're not listening.
I am listening. You've accused me of being pedantic. Do you know what that means?
Paul, can you listen?
Do you know what that pedantic means?
I'm not a thesaurus or a dictionary.
You've
Can you
used the
listen
word.
to
It's
my
your
colleague?
word. I will.
Paul, listen.
You've accused me of being pedantic.
Right, Paul.
Okay. Has this case, okay? Has this case,
just been
okay? For you to have contact with DVLA, it's through directly. No one else wants to speak to you because of the way you're portraying to people and the behaviour and the
What
intimidation
behaviour?
that you're doing.
What behaviour?
The one that you're presenting to me right
Which
now.
is what? Which is what?
Intimidating people.
How am I intimidating? I'm sat down. I'm sat down. You're the one. You're the one raising your voice and being aggressive.
You're raising your voice now,
So
Paul.
staff
No, I'm
don't
not.
want to deal
Yes,
with
you
you,
are.
okay?
No, I'm
So
not.
that's where we're
Your
at.
tone is just...
The only person that you can contact for your case.
Why is that?
Is through
That's in-
email,
that's in
which
breach.
is the email that you have told us about. Okay?
I can come to the front
That
counter.
is the case that you need to contact about. No one else wants to speak to you. You've been asked to leave the premises. We've been called. If you refuse that, you're going to be under arrest.
What for?
You can ask what
On what
for,
charge?
legals and all of this.
On what charge?
We are asking you to leave the property. That's all we're asking for.
Look,
We don't want to arrest you. We don't want to cause any issues. We're simply asking you to leave the premises because the DVLA don't want you here.
Clearly, asking me to leave is not all that she has stated or shouted at me. She has clearly stated, just a few breaths, a few sentences earlier, that I will be arrested. She made it absolutely clear that I will be arrested if I don't leave. And when I've asked her for the lawful basis of such an arrest, she has then made some dumb comment about not going into the legals and all of that. She has then tried to make out that she is just merely asking me to leave. This is clearly very serious abuse by the two officers. For the police to use unlawful threats of force, which would then amount to violence against a peaceful individual who is not breaking any law, as admitted by those two officers themselves, and who is a victim of extremely serious crimes by DVLA, judges, lawyers and police officers, and where their actions are clearly stopping me from getting my license back, stopping me getting out of extreme danger of being killed or crippled on the UK roads, and their conduct of stopping me making a D1 application that is leading me to bankruptcy. All right. When
It's a single point of contact,
Right.
How many times have you been here now? Come to the front desk. Listen, please listen.
she was speaking
Please
to me.
listen. She'd finished her sentence.
Yes, and I want to answer her. I want to speak to her.
You've come to this desk how many times? How many times? And you've been refused service how many times? More than you can count, probably, yes? There's a single point of contact for this issue for you. You should email him, maybe get a phone number for him, then figure it out that way. These people here are just general members of staff. They're not going to know the intricate details of your 30-page chronological, whatever you called it, of crime. They're not going to know about it, are they? Is the one you need to contact. Other than that, it's a fruitless exercise coming here. And all you're doing is getting us down here.
I'm not getting you down here.
But you're aware that we'll be called at some point.
No.
Right, Paul.
You've been here plenty of
So
times.
You've been here plenty of
okay,
times,
so now
and how many times have the police turned up out of those times?
I mean, this is just total trash, what this officer is speaking. I've already told him earlier in the conversation that DVLA are not answering my emails. They're slamming the phone down on me when I phone them. And the guy that they've given me as a main contact is also not answering my questions, not responding to my emails, and is overtly acting against law. I'll give you that email, that's no problem. Do you want to take it now?
But you've got contact.
Yes. Yeah, he's just refusing to respond.
Right.
Okay.
You see, I've got... Like I said, he's talking trash. using the fact that criminals within DVLA have previously closed down a government department in order to commit a crime against me, the fact that then corrupt cops have then previously assisted them in that crime as a reason why I should stop trying to get my license back at DVLA, a right that 40 plus million other people have, and then remain without a license for the rest of my life due to criminals within DVLA. Like I say, I don't want to be abusive, but he's a prat. He's a complete scumbag of a cop. Right, so now what I want to say here is she has threatened physical assault against me, okay?
Right.
She's threatened to arrest me.
Whoa.
She's threatened. You threatened to arrest me.
What are you talking
I
nonsense?
said you need to leave. We've been called. If you refuse that, you're going to be under arrest.
What for?
You can ask what
On what
for,
charge?
legals and all of this.
How could these two cops not remember such a serious thing that they have said to me? It is absolutely absurd. It is insanity. It is one of the most significant things a police officer can say to a member of the public. No, she threatened to arrest me. Arrest is assault.
How is that assault?
Arrest is assault.
How is that assault?
Because you manhandled me and put me in handcuffs.
So there is.
These cops are such airheads. They don't even realise that unlawful physical force against an individual is violence, is an assault, an attack, and thereby obviously a criminal offence. And I would even go as far to say that all arrests are made with the implied threat of physical force, with an implied assault or attack against person. And you either acquiesce to that arrest, knowing there's a whole gang there waiting to batter you if you resist, or you resist it.
There's a thing called a compliant arrest, alright? A compliant arrest is you walk out of here, you're under arrest, then we have a chat.
Yes, but if I don't leave, you will arrest me. You will get physical with me.
Right, arrest doesn't mean physical.
Yeah, but it can
like
do.
In the movies where they arrest them and they throw them around.
Yes, if I don't leave, I could guarantee, if I don't leave,
and get physical.
You hear how these cops frame it. If I don't acquiesce to their abuse, to their unlawful force, their unlawful threats of violence against me, then they call it me resisting and not dealing with the fact that they are conducting unlawful conduct against me by unlawfully threatening me with arrest, assisting DVLA and others in crime. No, if I don't leave, you will come mob-handed and get physical with me. That's a fact. You can deny that all you want, but that's a fact. So what I'm saying is, when I've previously been to the police station, they've said I can call 101. Do you mind if I call 101? Because her attitude is appalling, and I want a sergeant down here because she has.
So that's what you want every time.
I haven't said every time. Please don't put words in my mouth.
You brought up the point of aggravated trespass.
Do you mind?
That only a sergeant can authorise this. You want a sergeant? Is that what you want? You want a sergeant?
Yes, please.
Is that what you want?
Yes.
Right. So why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Please don't try and take me to task.
I don't understand what you mean by that. Take me to task. What is that?
Because you're starting to criticise me. So.
Am I not allowed to criticise? Is it
not in the way you are. No, not in the way you are. No. So what I'm saying is, will you get a sergeant, or can I phone 101 and get a sergeant? Do you have any objection to that? I don't want to get arrested.
Can you take it out onto the main road then?
Okay.
Yeah, we need to go.
I'm just phoning through now.
Yeah, Paul, we need to leave.
Thank you for calling 101. Am wasanaethau yn y Gymraeg, pwyswch 1.